It was a power man's day in the Tour de France 2024, stage 18 here in Barcelonnette, and it was Victor Campenaerts, the Belgian 32-year-old, former hour record holder, Giro d'Italia stage winner, and today adding a Tour de France win to his palmars. Victor Campenaerts, you wouldn't have thought he was going to be the better of the sprinter with him and Michal Kwiatkowski, but he was. He topped him, finished in third, the Polish rider, in second, Mattéo Vercher, virtually an unknown rider coming into the sprint finish here. The Frenchman from Total Energy. But Campenaerts, Lotto Destiny, giving his team the first stage win in this year's Tour de France after it fought so many times in the sprints with Arnaud Delis. Today, Campenaerts did the job, mustache and all, celebrating, hands in the air, an emotional day, crying afterwards in the interview, thanking his girlfriend, thanking his daughter, happy to get home and celebrate with him. But it was a hard-fought day of 180 kilometers to get here, 5 categorized 3 climbs, a really tough day, fighting all the way, 180 kilometers from the start in Gap. We had a power escape of around 36 riders that broke free. A lot of strong men were in there, including yesterday's stage winner, Richard Carapaz, along with him, 2 EF Education Easy Post riders, Sean Quinn, the U.S. national champion, and Ben Healy, always on the attack in this year's Tour de France. Also in that move, well, is Geraint Thomas, Team Ineos Grenadiers, Kwiatkowski's teammate, Julian Bernard, who gave his wife and child a kiss the other day in the TT, Hugo Houle, the Canadian from Team Israel Premier Tech. It was a power move, a strong move with Van Aert in there representing Visma Lease a Bike with his teammate Bart Lemon. Things really started to take shape on that second last of 5 climbs on the day. Tobias Johannesson from Uno X was looking so strong out there on the day. Seeing Ben Healy be dropped after so many attacks earlier in the day, Johannesson took the KOM points over the top of that second last climb. The riders were scattered out all over the road, and then on that final climb, 40 kilometers remaining, Michal Kwiatkowski, he was seeing some of the attacks by Total Energy, but then he chose his move wisely, right there near the top, marking everyone, and then bam, he fires free. We thought he was going to be solo over the top, the former world champion, also stage winner in last year's Tour de France. He was looking behind. He saw Chris Nielens from Team Israel Premier Tech and other riders chasing him down, but he continued, persisted, took the KOM over that last of 5 climbs on the day, and then started his descent. And on the descent, we could see 2 others bridging up. Well, it was the silhouette of Victor Campenaerts of Team Lotto Destiny and a rider which we get to know pretty well by the stage in Mattéo Vercher from Total Energy, whipping their way down the descent, taking every corner at maximum speed. In fact, doing so, we saw some of the riders in the chase group, including Jai Hindley, former Giro d'Italia champion, just barely miss a crash, but the crash unfortunately involved Tobias Johannesson from Team Uno X, and we saw him after the finish line. He was pretty scraped up. The view there of the lake was so beautiful, but wasn't beautiful to see Johannesson, the Uno X rider, down on the ground. Shimano Neutral Service was trying to get him going again. He did fight on to finish, but once he got to the finish line, he was broken. Road rash all over his shoulder, all over, I think it was his left side, his body there. But thankfully, he looks to be okay and was getting checked out at the X-ray van when I checked up on him after the stage finish. But up ahead, charging the trio, well, they were doing equal turns. Kwiatkowski, Vercher, Campenaerts, all contributing because all wanting a victory. Total Energy had already pulled off a stage win on the gravel stage in this year's Tour de France, but Lotto and Ineos need a stage win in this year's Tour de France, and they are desperate to get that stage win, especially with the 2 big mountain stages yet to come, and then the time trial in Nice. Not many more opportunities are on tap for these riders. Coming into the final 2.5 kilometers, the tactics started to play out. Vercher, we were seeing him tighten the buckles on his shoes, preparing for the sprint. It was really Kwiatkowski and Campenaerts that were marking each other and letting Vercher a little bit of leeway underneath that final kilometer sign, that red kite. We see Kwiatkowski stuck on the front, and that was the theme for the final kilometer. Kwiatkowski was caught out. Really an experienced rider, world champion, knows his sprints well, and out of the 2, him and Campenaerts, I would have picked Kwiatkowski to get the sprint, but Kwiatkowski was stuck on the front too much. After Vercher did a dig with around 700 meters to go, Kwiatkowski was forced to chase by the ever-cool, ever-experienced Campenaerts. And once Kwiatkowski pulled back, Campenaerts would not even pull through, forcing Kwiatkowski into that second slot and eventually on the front. And Campenaerts just took his time until I think we got down to 250 meters to go or so. And it was important for those guys to look over their shoulders every now and then, because we were getting gaps on that Jai Hindley group back behind with Lemon as well from Visma Lisa Bike. They were closing in at around 20 seconds or so. They could play a little bit of cat and mouse, the trio up front, but not too much. And with that gap, as small as it was, we knew the sprint would have to open up soon at some point, and it was Campenaerts. Yeah, he was back there like a cat, ready to pounce, and then when he pounced, oh, there was no stopping him, charging to the line, hands up in the air. Lotto Destiny victory. Victory for Campenaerts, one of the established heart men of the group. Even Walt Van Aert the other day tipped his hat for Victor Campenaerts, just saying how he's always attacking with the kilometer zero attacks, and today on the attack, but also spending his energy wisely to get the sprint over Vercher and Kwiatkowski in third place. First victory in the Tour de France after a victory a few years ago in the Giro d'Italia. Of course, the hour record holder is going to mean so much to the Lotto Destiny team, one of the smaller budget teams. He was helping Arnaud Delis so much in this race, setting him up for the sprints, the Belgian national champion, and today is Victor Campenaerts' shot for glory. And the GC group, well, after so many days of seeing Tadej Pogačar on the attack, today was relatively calm. In fact, we didn't see much of them because we were chasing the interviews of Campenaerts, Vercher, Kwiatkowski after the stage finish. The GC group, at some point, they were between 15, 12, 7 minutes. The gap was all over the place. They were interested in the riders up front because none of those guys were a threat to the overall classification. And we got the big mountains coming up on this weekend. Kwiatkowski, he was so upset with himself. We got a word with Geraint Thomas at the finish. We got a word with Sean Quinn, the U.S. national champion, who was doing so well in the escape today. Thomas explained how he was playing defensive back there once Kwiatkowski made his move. We spoke to the DSs at Team Ineos. We could not get Kwiatkowski, the Polish rider, off the bus. He showered, he cooled down, but still would not want to speak about the day. Upset he was on the day. But Campenaerts, celebration to him. We love him. So good on social media, so friendly with his time, quirky, funny, and today, stage winner in stage 18 of the 2024 Tour de France.